strikes you as different about this training camp to some of the other ones that you've been in your career?
I think just like the energy's different. Steph and her staff, they put us all in great positions to be successful. Something that's really exciting. We do a lot of work pre-practice, post-practice. I think we're just really locked in. Everyone knows what their roles are, so that really helps. And everyone's knows what their role, what they're supposed to be doing on the court.
So what has the focus been going into that final preseason game tomorrow?
Just tightening things up on the defensive end, making sure we're running our sets well. We're going to make sure we're setting really great screens, using our screens, waiting for screens, and also just great communication on the offensive end and on the defensive end as well.
Of your teammates, has anyone stood out from that standpoint, from the communication and leadership?
I don't think we say about a young team. I think we have a lot of older players. So I think all the vets have been really loud. I think standouts are AB and Sophie. Sophie's always cheering and encouraging people. AB's obviously been here a few years, and she's always helping pick people up on the offensive end and defensive end as well. So I think it's really helpful when everyone just kind of has their voices collectively as a unit together.
What stood out to you about Natasha Howard in camp so far? She told us she wants to win Defensive Player of the Year this year. Specifically on her defense, what have you seen?
She's just so active. She can guard, honestly, 1 through 5. She's such a great leader on the court. She knows her stuff. She's been in the league a minute. So I think that's an achievable goal for her, definitely.
I like how much you guys will switch. She'll fit in very well schematically to that style.
Yeah, I mean, we're all really long and athletic here, and we all have the ability to guard multiple positions. So I think that'll help us more on the defensive end.
First half court shot since how long for that?
Oh, we did it game 1. We did it before game 1 and shoot it.
They make you do it every time?
Yes, they do. Yeah, they forget I have 4 kids that have to go to college. Yeah.
When you look into this preseason game, do you view it more as let's get everybody reps, or more this is our final tune-up, let's really try to solidify it?
A little bit of both. We want to make sure that we're starting to make reads, that we're starting to hunt matchups, that we're starting to put each other in position to be successful. We're still tinkering with different lineups, trying to figure out, which one's the best that's going to give us the best start, which one's the best unit that's going to finish, which one's the best, like when we're subbing and meshing, what do our rotations look like? So we're still going to tinker with that a little bit. Mostly that's probably the way that we're gonna kind of manipulate. But still want to get reps for a lot of people. We still want to build our quality depth and make sure that we know who can be in certain situations in the game.
Do you have any plans to hold anyone out?
No plans to hold anybody out.
Any concerns with Kelsey's finger? She seems fine with it and just playing.
I forget about Kelsey's finger because she was playing great with it overseas too. I mean, certainly, her shot's a little funky in the way that it releases anyway, and I think that she's learned to protect it. So for her, it's like she's efficient, she's effective. Until she starts complaining about it hurting, no concerns.
How have you seen her kind of work back from that?
I mean, I really haven't noticed anything. I mean, she was scoring 30 over there with her finger looking crazy. So I haven't really noticed her having any kind of issues. I think the biggest thing is seeing the swelling go down, seeing a little bit more range of motion, the work that she put in, to position herself for that. The most important thing to me is that it's not getting hurt every time it gets tweaked. And I think that through her rehab and her work in rehab, we've worked through that.
How have you come to build the rotations throughout your time as a coach? We just heard you have an analytics group looking at lineups. There's matchups, there's feel. How do you kind of go about that throughout a game?
Yeah, that was a struggle at my time in Connecticut. We couldn't really build a consistent rotation, and so now having the quality depth to do that. Number one, we want to be efficient throughout 4 quarters. In fact, we'd love to get better throughout 4 quarters. So if we have any kind of a dip, what is that? What does it look like? We want to have great starts, but we also want to have energy off the bench, and we don't want to have a drop in production. We don't want to have a drop in anything really when we get our team coming off the bench. So it's evaluating those non-tangible things, right? The intangibles that you can't look at through analytics, and then it's looking at the numbers. Like what's our best offensive lineup? What's our best defensive lineup? What's our best lineup with a net rating? Who's best under pressure? Who can finish ball games? Those kinds of situations that we look at and really rely on the analytics folks to help us with.